Okay. Let me have your phone, honey. I'm gonna. Yeah, well, share.
Welcome everybody to No Labels, No Walls Meetup. My name is Markus Vähälä. I'm greeting you all from Finland. Nice to meet you all here today when we are celebrating our action and hearing about what is happening now worldwide. And we are also talking about the future of No Labels, No Walls. What are the next steps and what is the festival for 2022? And like always, let's go around and see who's here today with us. It's so nice to see you all after a brief period of us doing some local action. And Alistair, how are you doing? And welcome to No Labels, No Walls Action Monday.
Thank you very much, Marcus. Yes, so I'm Alistair Minty in Aberdeen in Scotland, and yes, I'm doing some quite interesting stuff over the next couple of days. We are through In Control Scotland. We are doing some a long-term planning with people with disabilities, families, and professionals. It's called Working Together for Change. And it's about building trust and working together to try and not just do little one-offs, but build better relationships, better lives, and a bit more trust and communication. So first 2 days are actually in person, and that's a bit of an experiment. Then we'll be doing some stuff online and then some more things in person. So that's one of the things that I'm involved with at the moment.
It's exciting times for Scotland as well. There's a huge gathering coming soon. And what do you think about the situation in worldwide about of environment and people coming to Scotland to solve all of our problems, hopefully?
I know. Well, I guess for me, the indicators so far haven't been very consistent in terms of the willingness to do the stuff that really makes a difference. I mean, we're still pushing ahead in Britain with HS2, with this massive rail link that's going to do very little other than, slightly shorten a train time, but destroy huge swathes of countryside. We're still not that committed to a lot of renewable energy targets. Still not taking action on flooding that's damaging things. So there's still, I think, far too much emphasis on fixing things once they're broken rather than the preventative stuff. So I'd like to hope that it'll change and it'll be a bit more hopeful, but it depends how much honesty and integrity the politicians have when they get together, I guess.
Well, I hope you will update to No Labels, No Walls group on Facebook so we know what is happening, because you are there and we are here. And here with us today is Leila. Welcome, Leila.
I'm so late. Our public transport isn't very reliable, so.
Where are you at the moment, Leila? And how are you doing?
I'm here in England, UK, River, Kent.
Nice to have you with us
You
today.
can never rely on them. They never get you anywhere on time.
No problem. You're at the right place at the right time. And also is Kevin from United States. Hi, Kevin. How are you doing?
Hey, strangers. How's it been? Can you all hear me okay? It's bright out. It's definitely, the lighting can be adjusted, but still. I hope everyone's doing well.
How are things at the musical intervention?
So, since we last left off, very new exciting things have happened. as far as our program, as far as we're going back to in-person songwriting sessions with schools and programs. We are starting something very exciting in person, and I'm really looking forward to see where this takes. We still got the open jams on Thursday, which we broadcast on our Facebook and Instagram. So if you want to check that out, we are Musical Intervention New Haven or Musical Intervention. I can put the links in the chat.
Thank you so much, Kevin, and it's so nice to see you after a couple of months in between. And today we are going to talk about action that has happened and share our experiences, and also talk about what is happening next. And the person that is being very active during this autumn is Michael and Mary from Los Angeles. Welcome to No Labels, No Walls Action Monday, celebrating your action.
Hello, hello. We're so excited to be here. Great to
Hello.
see everybody. Yeah, I just can't wait to see what you all do.
Welcome, and we will hear more of your action later on. I'm very excited to welcome Benjamin Pitkänen. Welcome to No Labels, No Walls Action Monday. Where are you from and how are you doing?
Yeah, hi, I'm Benjamin. Yeah, and I'm also living in Helsinki, and I'm 24 years old and doing my master's in University of Helsinki, studying social sciences. And yeah, maybe some of you know Anita, probably. So I'm a friend of Anita, and she said that I could be a good match to this No Labels, No Wall activities. And yeah, I would love to maybe share some of I did a small PowerPoint presentation about the activism that I do. So if you have time, I could present that at some point, so you will get more grasp what we do. So yeah, one thing that I'm participating is called this kind of viral veganism. So we do street activism in Helsinki currently. And yeah, I would love to tell about that more at some point, probably.
Well, that's excellent, Benjamin, and we're so happy to have you with us today, and excited to hear what are you doing and how will that link to what is happening next year. And wonderfully, we have Pia from Joensuu, Finland. Nice to see you. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. It's been a long time. So Mary just reminded me that you're here, so I thought I'd just join. Nothing more to say. I'm really good. Yeah, I'm not in Helsinki anymore, so.
Great to have you with us today.
Thank you.
And Niisli, good morning, Los Angeles. How are you doing, or are you somewhere else?
Yes, good morning. I am in Los Angeles. I am doing great, thank you. It is a beautiful rainy morning and I am excited about that.
Rain in Los Angeles, that's something new to me. But
no, we need to write about it.
Nice to have you with us today, Niisli, and I'm excited to hear what has happened this autumn there in LA. I've been following your post, and it would be lovely to hear more of what is happening.
Sure.
And let's start from Los Angeles, welcoming Michael and Mary. You've been very active recently, and can you tell a little bit what is happening?
Yeah. Hold on one second.
Sure.
So we're the Sternberg Laboratory. We're from Los Angeles. We're a theater company. So what we've been doing is kind of actually from the festival. We kind of took our little riff on the getting to know you game. So we created this game where basically it's about people getting to know each other. One of the things that we're trying to discover, because we've been doing no labels for so long now, not so long, but 3 years or 3 or 4 years, is what do we really want? Like, because, we're kind of trying to create this alternative, where people are, with no world without no labels and no walls. But we really want to start kind of, at least for our theater company, start to kind of find out, like, what do we really want that? What do we want, if not that? And what does that really look like? So the getting to know you game, what we created is basically 2 scenarios. One person, people come in and they get to listen to other people's stories. The second scenario is that they come individually in and they become VIPs, where they get all these different things, but they don't get to listen to other people and what they have to say and their stories.
And what's the game that we did? It's not like people coming to theater or some certain place. We go to a public place and try to get as many people as possible to participate.
So at the end of the game, we asked them what the game they preferred more. And it was interesting to hear that a lot of people like the VIP game, and then some people like to listen. We did this at Hollywood Boulevard. We did it on the beach of Santa Monica. And we also did this at Griffith Park. So all like kind of LA's historical landmarks. On November 3rd, we're going to be doing it virtually. And then we're going to be starting to do invisible theater as well in the parks. And this is a lot of our public stuff is because of COVID and obviously not being able to do it in a theater. That being said, I wanted to share a video. Hopefully I can do it correct on this getting to know you game. 1 second. Let me try to go to open with QuickTime. 1 second. Just have to open it if it's possible. What? Because it's better, I think, if I do it from the computer. Open, hold on, sorry guys.
Yeah, I understand. Why do you open it?
Because it's hard to open it with the other one. Okay, I got it. 1 second. Okay, sorry, now I have to share it. Okay, 1 second. I got it, almost. Share screen. This is it. Oh, I have to go to advanced, right? How do I video, right? There, I got it. No, I got it. Share. Oh crap.
Should I share it?
Hold on. Yeah, maybe. Well, let me see. Let me know if you guys can hear it first, because I'm gonna try it this way.
Show you where it is. Once you share it. Okay, so it's right here. More. And a bit more. Share sound.
Share sound. Okay, I got it. And let me go back. All right, here we go.
Let's play the game called Getting to Know You game!
All right. The Strindberg Laboratory presents the Getting to Know You game, all about getting to know each other and making new connections. Let's meet our hosts. Let's meet Officer, Jack the Pirate, Riffraff, Bandy, Nunzio, Yeti, Natalia. Now, let's play the game.
Where were you born? Oh, wow.
Oh,
Where?
Washington, D.C.
Wow. Who is your hero?
Who is my what?
Your hero.
My hero?
Yes. God?
Which game did you like more?
Yeah, you played two games.
Right.
You played the getting to know you game and you played the VIP game.
I like the getting to know you game.
You liked that was the first one,
Right.
is that right? That's
Yes.
the one you liked?
Yeah.
And can you tell me what was it about that one that you liked?
It made you think a little bit.
Okay.
It made you
okay.
really think about what you were going to say and where you're going to use your feelings or not.
All right.
So I think it's more a feeling game.
The game continues at a location near you. All right, so that was the getting to know you game, and stop share. So there's more dialogue and all of that, but that's the idea basically. Is two scenarios, have them choose, have it be fun, and obviously bring it to the streets. So yeah, it was interesting. We learned a lot doing it, just about what people want and what they like, and you know, the obstacles really to creating community as well. So I think we're going to keep doing more of these social experiments through theaters as we continue. So that's pretty much it. That's what we've been doing.
Yeah, and next time we'll show you the invisible theater. That's a real experiment. So.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there.
Can you tell a bit about what is invisible theater?
So invisible theater is it's not quite like getting to know you game. It's basically where they don't know it's a scene, it's a play. And the scenario that we're doing is about basically leading up to what it takes to either forgive your oppressor or not forgive. Because one of the things, obviously, especially because we work with a lot of people that are formerly incarcerated, is stigma associated with marginalized communities. With formerly incarcerated, it really has to do with obviously past, crimes, quote unquote. So one of the things that we want to see is what does it take for people really to forgive their oppressors? So we're setting a scenario where basically some dealing with very a little bit of oppression, and then trying to see how that gap is bridged, how people can come together for people that seemingly they think is oppressing them.
And we have actors acting it out, but we are inviting and trying to get other people to be part of the scenario and to speak up with the actors.
Right, and then seeing what kind of barriers that everyday people have, because we think that the first step to any kind of, if we're gonna bring people together, is actually forgiveness.
Well, you're jumping into conclusion
Well,
here.
Well, we don't know that, that's right.
We don't know. We don't really know what's gonna happen
Right.
in the end. Maybe the audience is gonna stop the action.
That's right.
In the middle, so it's gonna be interesting.
But forgiveness is an important part of,
Yeah, that's
coming
that's
together.
our, yeah.
So we're gonna see what it takes for that to happen. And that's the idea behind the invisible theater. So that's our next thing. But we kind of are excited, and hopefully other people will kind of maybe have it kind of an interest in maybe doing it where they're at, not the getting to know you game per se or invisible theater, but kind of discovering what is in our hearts. Because art and culture, we think, is a way to kind of at least start to dive into that aspect of any real solutions. Because what we've kind of really felt is that, we can have all the money in the world, all the great festivals in the world, but until we kind of understand what's really what we're all about, then it's kind of it's hard to kind of move forward. So that's kind of what our experiments are about. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Michael and Mary. We can talk about our actions later, but let's go through what people want to present today. Who would like to go next?
Yeah, I don't know if you don't mind. I can give the presentation. Just tell me roughly how much time we have. So I will try. I have a clock, so I will check here to stay on time. So
How about 10 to 15 minutes?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
okay?
amazing. And yeah, we could discuss also. Would be lovely to hear all of your opinions. So yeah. Yeah, can I share the screen somehow?
You should be able to. The
Yes,
share
I will
screen
share.
button
I'm
is there
sorry.
down.
Yeah, sorry. Do you want to present first or should I do? Okay, I will do it, yeah. So can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, so me and my big brother, maybe you can see my big brother. You can guess maybe who he is. Oh, he's with the, I will go, okay, let's see. Yeah, so my big brother is there in the, with the selfie stick. And this is our activism. This is in front of a student restaurant in Helsinki. And this is like the epitome of Helsinki, if you can say so. And one of the most like visited student restaurants in Helsinki. And as you can see in the picture, we have in the table a VR set, and then we have some muffins. And what we do here is that we show picture or like VR videos from a VR video from Finnish factory farms, and then people who are able to watch the video will get a muffin in the end of the video, and then we try to discuss these things with the participants. And yeah, I think this is a really great thing, because I guess many times, or during my time in the university, nobody never like showed any pictures or videos of animals, what we eventually eat in the restaurant. So it's really important that we give people a chance to consider what they eat and what they consume in their life. And yeah, I have been now vegan myself 5 years and 2 days. So last Saturday was my fifth anniversary. So yeah, I'm really excited, and I'm really like glad that we started this movement with my brother, because I felt that we have to really do something. And yet this picture was taken this month, 1st of October. Yeah, so we are doing every week activism. So yeah, so this is like the point that many times it seems that activists are like, they get a burst of energy and then they go for 1 month, 6 months, and then they burn out or something. So our whole purpose is that we have consistency in our doings, and even if it rains or even if it's 20 minus degrees outside, we will do something. So we really believe in like showing up every week, because then the change is going to happen eventually. And yeah, here are some reasons like why I personally am vegan and why I really want to promote it to everybody. Like, of course, the animals is key. Water, like loads of water is going to animal consumption, and people don't have access to clean water. And I think all of these things are really important, as we are a global community, and world hunger is a big thing. We could feed all of us in this planet like any given day if we stopped this animal agriculture, as like most of the like feed or the grains and stuff is going for animal production. Like 80% of soy production goes straight to animal consumption, and like maybe less than 10% goes to human consumption. So it's always like better to eat the grain straight from, you know, like from the plants themselves. And yeah, rainforests are being destroyed. And yeah, I believe in compassion and love. And yeah, I guess that's a key thing in my life. And yeah, of course, wildlife is going extinct. We are in this 6th mass extinction. Also, this animal agriculture is destroying our health. And yeah, I believe in peace also with the animal kingdom. And yeah, we have one planet. So yeah, we gotta look after it. And yeah, this is just a like fact maybe that you are aware of, that is the leading cause, this animal agricultural species extinction. So basically we are, Amazon rainforests are first being cut to the cattle and for the soy production that can be fed to animals. And even in Finland, this many animals like pork and chicken eat this soy. and yeah, ocean dead zones, water pollution, habitat destruction. So yeah, these are major things. And yeah, I think this is like we talked about the Glasgow thing happening. So like the single most important thing that we all individuals can do is the necessary, or like is going vegan, I believe, and it's of course a ethical choice also. And yeah, this is like this is also, I have a petition going on in our university also on top of this like viral veganism. We want that like our student union in our university would only serve vegan food. And yeah, like as we are a diverse community here, I believe that the vegan food suits as best all, as there are a lot of people who are already kind of vegan or vegetarian. And yeah, I believe that also vegan food is less ableist, or like it takes more diverse people into account, as many people have like lactose intolerance and have hard time like maybe eating some animal products. And of course, the good thing about vegan food is that we can all eat vegan food. Like there are no reason why anybody couldn't eat like some vegan food, and we can also like fix if somebody has FODMAP or some issues with allergies. And yeah, I guess like more broadly speaking, animal rights and climate change is really important to tackle, because yeah, if we continue this way that we are continuing like increasing animal production, there will be a huge global suffering. And yeah, and unfortunately it will be for the people who don't have any opinion, who are not causing this trouble. So we need to take our responsibility. And yeah, I'm really like glad that there are so many vegan products, and I believe that the change will be soon, and that's why I'm doing this stuff. And yeah, like maybe especially vegan for the animals, like this is a powerful picture, at least to me, that like, yeah, like even if it's a dog or a cow, we are all like one. And yeah, so yeah, this is like the core of like our activism, that we are especially for standing for the animals in our viral veganism. And yeah, so we are doing every week this viral veganism, and this is also the stand that we have, or the table. And yeah, maybe the cool thing is that we have this VR video, so you can really experience what it would be like to live in those like animal factories, and it opens people's eyes. And yeah, it's also interesting to see that many people have really, they don't want to face the reality, so they rather not watch it. So there is not yet so much acceptance with all people, and we have had good conversations, and yeah, I'm really happy that we are doing it. And yeah, I think I'm doing it all the time with my friends and family and people that I meet. I'm talking about these things, so it's a passion of mine. Hopefully you can see it. And yeah, like it would be interesting if there are vegans out here, or like it was cool, like Anita, we met for a lunch like a few weeks ago, and she has been vegetarian for a long time. And then in Finland we have this Vegani haaste, so a vegan challenge for 1 month. So she took it as the reason why she went vegetarian, was that like, okay, I can try if this works out. So yeah, I don't know, it would be amazing that people would join to do activism wherever you are. And yeah, we want a truly global movement for animal liberation, or we want to expand. And I guess our whole thing is that we don't have any hierarchies. If you agree, if you are vegan and you want to spread the word and the love, you're more than welcome to join. And yeah, we have a Telegram group and a website where you can find more things. So yeah, this Telegram is like a chat service that we discuss things. And yeah, like maybe importantly, if you don't find this veganism your thing, I really challenge everybody who is watching this or who are here to try go vegan for a day, week, or 22 days. So this challenge 22 is of course 22 days vegan challenge, but like I just put 1 day if 22 days sounds too bad, and you will get all the things that you need. And yeah, especially like I think education is key in changing the world. So yeah, you can watch, there are a list of documentaries you can find those can like open your eyes. And like, of course, I haven't been vegan all my life, only 5 years. So like, yeah, we can all make that like realization that, okay, we can live differently and we can live in peace with the nature and with the animals. And yeah, here is a cool like this. You can of course do other forms of vegan activism. What I really encourage everybody to do is that you make your own communities vegan, so that the vegan option would be the only option, as that is the most climate friendly, animal friendly, and like and friendly for everybody, like that the served food would be vegan. And maybe I will show you quickly this. Can you see this screen still? Do you see this?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so this is a petition. You can see there are like 752 people have signed it so many times, and we have I have read it in English briefly, the whole petition. So here it is, that this WHO is like the student board of University of Helsinki, and we are pushing for change that they would only offer like vegan food in their activities. And yeah, like yeah, here it is, that like why we do this. Like, animal agriculture is one of the leading causes for global warming, mass extinction of species, and the loss of biodiversity. And yeah, by like changing the way that what we put into our mouth and into our digestive system, we can really change the world. This is a radical idea, I think. And yeah, I hope that some people will be interested to become vegan activists, as I think that's the way to go. And yeah, these are my contact details. And yeah, maybe I would like to share one more activist thing that I'm participating in. So this is only in Finnish, but I will explain this to you in English also. So this is our logo. It says like yhteisvoimat and tasa-arvoinen asevelvollisuus. So this is about Finnish conscription system. So currently in Finland, we have even though maybe all of you who are not living in Finland or don't have any touch to Finnish society would think that this is like the most equal society in the whole universe, but there are like huge issues with the military conscription. So currently the military is only mandatory for men, and if men don't do it or don't do this kind of civil service, they are being essentially jailed, or they have to serve 173 days under like a home arrest, kind of, that you are being looked after. So yeah, we are making a petition. That means that we need to get 50,000 like people to support this, and this like with your bank accounts, so it's like verified people. And yeah, we are launching next year, and yeah, we want that like the law is equal, so your sex is not the reason why you are going to be selected for military. And of course there are a lot of good women, better than men, who are capable of this. And yeah, this is like my project, and I have many other projects. I am also talking with the Uni Cafe, like the student restaurant, that they would open a vegan restaurant. Then also trying to make sure that all restaurants in Finland would have at least one vegan option. So yeah, I'm really involved in many projects. So, and of course studying studying and going to the gym, reading books and meditating and everything, seeing friends. And so yeah, I'm really glad that you all listened, and yeah, thanks for the chat. And happy to hear that Leila eats vegan food. And yeah, and Seaspiracy is a great documentary. So yeah, if you have any comments, I would be cool to hear. But yeah, thanks for listening. And yeah, like the last thing is that, yeah, like if you're not yet vegan, I like highly recommend trying it out. It can change your life. Yes.
Thank you so much, Benjamin. Like Benjamin mentioned, now it's time for some discussion on this topic. We're so glad that you're here, and hopefully we will meet you again several times because you're into a lot of things. Who would like to comment or have a question? Alistair, please.
Yeah, no, thanks very much for the presentation. I think it's really useful that you're going out and raising awareness. I think it's interesting. I mean, just from a personal basis, I've been vegetarian for like 33 years, I think, something like 33, 34 years. So it was very much a crackpot thing to do back in the day when I was first, especially in Scotland. You know, it wasn't widely accepted, and there wasn't much, you know, in terms of prepared food to eat. But and I would say nowadays I'm probably we haven't bought dairy milk and cow's milk or eggs or cheese for a couple of years. But we don't, if we're out and there's no, you know, and somebody's cooked stuff, we'll kind of had, but other than that, we're pretty much vegan. One of the things I would say is that there was a show in Britain. It was actually in a small country place in Wales, and they took a bunch of vegans went across and they tried to raise awareness and get people involved in trying a vegan lifestyle. And one of the things that was really interesting about that video was some of the guys in particular were very much like, look at the videos, look at the horror, right? And the girls were very much, try this vegan food, it's really tasty. And I would say that the women were much more successful because it engendered quite a lot of anger, because I think deep down everybody knows that farming's pretty horrible, right? So it's not like folk don't know that, but they're being confronted with that. It doesn't always help with understanding or acceptance. Whereas if people actually try some stuff and they don't feel like they're being made to feel like they've made bad choices in the past, they might be a bit more open to it. So it was, I can't remember what it was called, but it was on the BBC, and it was in Wales. And so you could probably find it online. It was quite interesting, though. It just in terms of that difference of opinion, despite being vegetarian and almost totally vegan, I'm not one that I'm not sure about this thing about making sure that all, you know, like a cafe only provides stuff, because I do think people need choice, and I think part of the job is to say to people, look, here's some really healthy stuff, it's tasty and stuff. It's one of the things that it turns me off, is if people make you try and do stuff. So I think we've got to really be careful about that, because otherwise people just say you're too militant, you're not, you know, I have my rights. So in some ways, I wait for people to ask me, you know, if somebody says, you know, if I say, oh, no thanks to something, they'll say, why are you not eating that? And I say, well, I you know, I'm vegetarian, I'm pretty much vegan. And they go, oh, right. But I don't go in, because I think sometimes that it's overwhelming. And it you know, it's that kind of stereotype of, you know, you're going to tell me what it's a bit like, you know, if somebody comes in and they've got a strong religious belief, if they come in and they tell you that you're wrong, you know, if they've got a different belief to you, you know what I mean? I think we've just got to, that for me, that's just my approach to understanding, is you've got to go at people's own pace. I don't know what you think about that.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I did watch the scene thing on Netflix, and it's a definite eye opener, and it makes you think about what you want to eat and how you can save nature. And yes, I didn't really like it, but it was quite interesting, but also quite upsetting. But it makes people think, I suppose.
Yeah, really cool to hear, and I really enjoyed this series, and I recommend to everybody to watch it. And yeah, I also link that like maybe a bit difference between veganism and vegetarianism, because like maybe
my mother is a pure vegan.
Okay.
Her himself anyway. So, and I joined her. So we don't actually eat that much meat. We eat corn mince, and we get free range meat from a farm that we know how the animals have been treated. So it is a local farm, so we know where the meat actually has come from. So
Thank you, Leila and Benjamin. Neasley, would you like to comment?
Yes, I want to first thank Benjamin on his activism. It is it's wonderful work, and I commend you. I do have to agree with Alistair. I am one of those people who really believes in giving people information and allowing them the power of choice. I don't, interesting, as much as I am a member of clergy, I am a pastor, what I don't like to do is take away people's choices. And I don't like to approach anything positive with a negative tactic. And so what I find is I have a friend, actually, I posted her website. She's on Instagram, and I posted her website. She is vegan. And what she does is she really is learning and studying nutrition. And what she does is provide people options where they can actually learn how to make tasty meals with different options instead of using meat. And so it's really an approach more towards better health, emotional health, and physical health, because the better you eat, the less you have to deal with all those diseases like your high blood pressure, your diabetes, cancer, even like so many things. I think it's, for me, I am more receptive if you are showing me how this is going to be beneficial to me. Sort of like I understand, like I can only eat fresh food. I can't eat anything that has a high level of preservatives because it'll make me sick. I didn't grow up with it, right? So I am more open to positive reinforcement and positive ideas because the world is full of negative stuff. We all know it. I grew up on the islands. I have slaughtered chicken. I've seen how it gets done. Didn't bother me one bit because it was just, the circle of life, right? However, when I understand the positive reasons why I should do something, then I'm way more open to it. Anytime it comes at me from a negative perspective, my initial reaction is going to be to shut it down. So, but that being said, I absolutely love your passion and I love the work that you're doing. And I want to say, keep up the good work.
Yeah, maybe I could just briefly comment, like the whole approach is like, maybe we ask a set of questions and we try to like these are the questions that we would ask. Like, do you think that causing unnecessary suffering to animals is wrong, or do you think it's fine? And then like we try to maybe the thing is that we haven't really these are not the questions that are being asked in our educational system or in our society. So we are trying to find the conclusion through mutual exploration, or I think one vegan activist said, well, that it's like a psychotherapy session in a sense that you are you bring, we also try to learn. We are not coming with we try to understand, okay, maybe if you think that, okay, causing animal suffering is wrong, how does it align with your dietary issues? And we really try to approach it in a soft way. And of course we are and the news is good, the thing, veganism has a powerful message because you can change your plate, live healthier, and you can be happy every day for not causing unnecessary suffering to animals. So I think veganism is being portrayed in a okay, you are losing so much, but what I do myself is that you gain so much. You can live with you can go to bed without thinking okay, what did I do? And that you can look to your actions and be proud of them. And I think in the US it's really interesting that among the Black community, or you are like the most vegans I've read, at least from some news, that it's really growing in your community. So that's a really great thing to hear. Like you also posted your friends, so that's
right. I mean, growing up, I grew up first 10 years on the islands, whether it's Haiti, Jamaica, Trinidad.
Yes.
Meat is not the main event with our meals.
Yeah.
Meat is like a secondary event, right? The main event would be the rice. It would be the vegetables. It would be the root vegetables. Those are the main event.
Yeah.
And then the meat supports that. And of course, the way farms and chicken farms and butchers are on the island is very, very different to what you find in corporate farms. So that's that. But however, I also think that when the question is asked, are you okay with hurting animals? Kind of also want to say, are you okay with hurting yourself? Right? Because if you ask me if I'm okay with hurting animals as far as having a cow slaughtered, my response is going to be, it's the circle of life. But thank you.
Thank you, Nisley, and thank you, Benjamin. The time is running and we have a lot of actions that we want to share. So would Pia like to share something with us today? How are you doing, and how is life in Joensuu?
I'm about to send a video to Mary, but how's life in Joensuu? It's great. I haven't regretted yet, and people are friendly. They smile, and they talk on the streets. That's really weird, because in Helsinki people don't talk to you. You know, they look at you. What, are you crazy? But here in Joensuu, they actually get engaged. So that's nice. I was thinking of this game that you guys were talking about. That sounds really interesting, but I don't see myself doing it now in the winter. We already had first snow. It hasn't stayed, but I'm not going out there and asking people to tell me where they were born or whatever. Not at the moment, not outside, but let's see what happens. But I really like the idea. And I wanted to say something about the veganism. I've been vegan now for a couple of years, I think, but I do have my moments when I just need meat, and I just, I just can't resist it, and then I just have some, and that's okay. I forgive myself for that. I make sure that it's organic or something, but most of the time I am. And I was actually just thinking, but then I thought maybe it's not such a great idea, because my husband, he tends to buy, some cheap chicken, or whatever, where they have been suffering all their life. And the last time when we were in the supermarket, the last time when he had bought and made it already, I said, and he had eaten it. And I said, should I tell you how they do that with the chickens, how they live? And he said, no, please don't. He didn't want to throw it all up. So he knows. And the last time we were in the shop, he was about to buy some, and I said, do you know how they're living? And so he didn't buy any. And he's actually coming to Helsinki tomorrow for 2 days. So I thought, if you're out and about, I'll send him to you so that you can watch that video. So that is my thing, and my video is still loading, and I'm going to send it to Mary. I don't know if that is the thing to do, but maybe I can tell a little bit about it. Basically, I'm here now, and I decided I want to do what I can maybe do best, which is to, I'm an actor, and I'm also a teacher, and I have learned a few languages, and I've taught languages. So I wanted to start to teach languages through theater. But really having and I generally have a holistic approach to life. So it is about body, mind, and language, and to bring these things together. And it's for Finns who are too shy to speak, because many Finns understand, they read and they write languages, but they don't, you don't get them to speak until, unless you threaten them with a knife, probably. But so they're really, many are really shy to speak. And okay, now I send it to Mary. And hang on just a second. So I'm sending it, so it's sent. And so that was one thing. And then also to help people who come to Finland to teach Finnish that way, because for many people who move to Finland, Finnish is really a difficult language to learn. And I think by basically my idea is that whatever you can do on a stage in front of people, or whatever I can say on a stage in front of people, I can say anywhere. And that's what I'm planning to do. So I've been working on that, and I've been working on my website, and it's far from ready. And I've done a few videos for it that are far from perfect, but that's exactly the point. It's about letting go of perfectionism and, allowing ourselves to make mistakes and to learn from them, and to have fun in the process. So, yeah. And so I've sent a video now to Mary, which is about how I have learned languages and what my idea is about the whole thing. And it's very short. And
Yeah, we got it. We got it, Pia. We'll play it right now.
All right, great.
All right.
Thank you.
Looks like it's paused.
Mm. Do you just need to go on the arrow or something? Oh.
I think it was paused. You just need to hit play on it.
Yep. Let's see again. Share sound. Share sound. Okay. All right. Now, did you?
Hi, my name is Pia Hyppönen, and I'm your teacher. I was born in Finland, in Kuopio. I grew up in Berlin. I lived on Crete, in Paris, in London. And in 2006, I came to Helsinki. I came back to my roots, to Finland. And in June of 21, I moved to Joensuu. I have experience in teaching languages. I've experience in learning languages. Holistic, holistic, lifelong learning and adult education. I came up with that name because I have a master's in adult education and lifelong learning. And I have an holistic approach to life. My point is that everything that we learn in life is a matter of practice. And if I can do it on a stage in front of other people, I can do it anywhere. I have learned French through the theater. I had a basis from school, but I hated my teacher. I was really bad at it. I even had to repeat class because of my bad French grades. And I thought once it was done, never, ever again. I'm really looking forward to meeting you, and I really hope that we're going to have some fun. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.
All right.
Okay, that was fun. Thank you. Makes me want to start learning languages immediately. French. Always wanted to learn it.
Thank you so much, Pia. And hopefully we will learn some languages with you, perhaps at the next No Labels, No Walls festival, or some action that we can join. Neasley, I know you are also doing some action now.
Can I just?
Yes?
Yeah, like Pia, if you want to, I can send you my number. I could go have a lunch tomorrow. What time is your husband coming to Helsinki?
Oh,
Can we start that in the chat?
I don't know. You give me your number and then I'll let you know. He's not here right now. I can't ask him right now, but he's leaving sometime in the morning.
Okay, good.
Well, that's good that No Labels, No Walls Action Monday brings people together over some lunch. And next to Los Angeles, to Neasley, what are you cooking at the moment?
Well, what we were cooking for a little bit, a couple of months, is I'm not sure if over where you are, you're hearing this term a lot, but here in the US, you've been hearing a lot about critical race theory. A lot of people have a lot to say about it, except that once they open their mouth and start realizing they don't know what the theory is, they don't know how it works, they don't know where it comes from, they don't know how it impacts society. And so earlier this month, we had a conversation with a criminologist, an activist, a sociologist, an educator, a criminologist, and a researcher who really broke down the theory and how it actually works. So it's a 2-hour plus conversation. We are not able to share the entire conversation with you. However, I quickly pulled up the recording and I sent it to Michael. And we'll just play just a few minutes of the presentation. So go ahead, Michael.
With the State Hospital here in
Actually,
Maryland as a site associate.
Seconds.
I am also one of the facilitators for the Seeking Safety Support Group from Mount Rubidoux, and also the host of our Ruby Read Book Club. I'm also part of the Women's Ministry.
Yes, you can hear it.
Welcome everybody here on this platform, and thank you all for coming. Looking forward to a robust and informative conversation. Welcome.
Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Carlene Fider. In my capacity at Mount Rubidoux, I support the mental health ministries of the church alongside Chaplain Neasley and Dr. Mercer. When I'm not supporting Mount Rubidoux, I'm a full-time professor. I teach at an institution in Pasadena. Our emphasis is social justice, advocacy, respect, diversity, and inclusion. And I love teaching. I think it's one of the most transformative things anyone could ever be part of. And I'm blessed to be part of the professorate.
Why did you find?
Yes.
Hey, I'm Dr. Kimia Nuru-Dennis. I'm an activist, sociologist, criminologist, educator, and founder of 365 Diversity. And I am born and raised in Richmond, Virginia, second capital of Confederacy. And I was professor in North Carolina, and now I'm in Baltimore, Maryland. And you can learn my longer work if you go to 365diversity.com. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Most of you know me. I know most of you. I'm Dr. Lori Barker, part of the Mount Rubidoux, a proud member of the Mount Rubidoux family for a long time. Thank you, Neasley, Carlene, Rita. Thank you all for continuing to hold these dialogues and these chats. I think they're really important. For those of you who don't know as much about my professional life, I also am a professor of psychology at Cal Poly Pomona. And I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, so I also have a private practice. But my main area of interest is multicultural psychology. So looking at the impact that culture has on us as human beings. One of the metaphors we like to use in multicultural psych is that culture is like water to the fish, that the fish going throughout the day doesn't necessarily know the importance of water, but water impacts everything in the life of that fish. So that's one of the things I think is really important for us all to understand. That's my passion. That's my life's work, is to educate people about these issues and move people to action to make this life better for all of us while we're here on this planet. So thank you so much for the invitation. Happy to be here. Looking forward to the dialogue.
I forgot I was on mute. All right, everyone, let's just jump in and let's dive into this conversation and let's see where this takes us, okay? And just like that, Dr. Kivia, you're on.
All right, so I'm starting off this conversation just like I do when I teach, when I do community presentations, and when I teach and train educators and medical and health professionals. I gotta hold our people as Black people accountable. Despite the fact that we come from thousands of years of knowledges around the world and 5 centuries on the Western Hemisphere alone, most of our people did not become really interested in learning more about critical race theory until white people brought attention to this theory in 2016 and 2020. And this includes white liberals, white Democrats, white progressives, and white anti-fascists. So this is where I hold our people accountable, because we are in charge of our knowledge and our education, our learning, and demanding racial equity and racial justice in all aspects of our lives around the world. It is not based on when white people think a topic is interesting. And I also want to add that being Black does not mean you have to know about critical race theory. Most Black scholars have never heard of critical race theory. Why? Because critical race theory is among the many theorists that Black people have had for thousands of years around the world and for centuries on the Western Hemisphere, including Black academicians. So I also want to highlight that, because critical race theory has become the common topic. However, we have centuries of Black theories in Western Hemisphere, European white academia, let alone. So I always want to highlight the origins of the theories that Derek Bell and Kimberly Crenshaw and them used to build critical race theory. If you believe that the first known and notable Black theory started in 1989 with Derek Bell, then you've been brainwashed by your school system, including PhD programs, and you don't know about Dr. W.B. Du Bois, Dr. Oliver Cromwell Cox, Ida B. Wells, and other prolific, profound Black activist scholars on the Western Hemisphere, let alone the world. And I always do that introduction because what Black people want to learn should never be based on white people, ever. That includes in the classroom. And so if you want to learn about critical race theory, let's talk about it first from this landscape of Black knowledge and Black activist scholarship. So with that said, with critical race theory, Derek Bell, rest in peace, was a Black man, lawyer, professor, civil rights activist. And so you can read a lot of his works and a lot of his books in which he explains his education background, his activism and knowledge background, and how he became interested in civil rights activism and addressing systemic and structural inequalities pertaining to race specifically. And then Kimberly Crenshaw, of course, Kimberly Crenshaw, who also was one of the constructors of intersectionality perspective. Kimberly Crenshaw is an attorney, professor, civil rights activist. And so Kimberly Crenshaw is very well known for intersectionality, but also for critical race theory. And if you're not familiar as well, Dr. Patricia O'Collins, who's a sociologist, is among the Black activist scholars who built onto intersectionality with the Black Feminist Thought book. So when you see critical race theory, you'll oftentimes see intersectionality addressed as well, because the whole idea of critical race theory is to address how we have interlocking identities and experiences. Most of them might be minoritized identities and experiences, but they can also use and include some identities and experiences that are considered power majority, are considered oppressors even. So the idea when addressing interlocking and coexisting identities would be to understand minoritized in addition to our oppressive or power majority identities. So here's an example. I am a Black woman with a disability, born and raised in the Second Capital Confederacy. I am also cisgender and heterosexual. So the cisgender heterosexuality would be an example of a power majority identity. And then you could also talk about my education level. I have a PhD. Being Black with PhD is not the same as being white with PhD because of the oppressions of academia that will never go away, but I still have a terminal degree. That does shape people's assumptions of me in terms of what people assume regarding my knowledge. So there is a level of privilege that can come with that. So that's an example of how I have intersecting and interlocking identities and experiences.
So this gives you a little bit of an idea of what the conversation was about. We continued with the conversation, and Dr. Laurie Barker really brought in the whole mental health side of understanding what this theory is, having a better idea for what this theory is and how it affects every level of society. And so that when we're watching people at PTA meetings, at board meetings, or whatever, marching against critical race theory, it's turning, none of those people have any idea what the theory is, what it does, and what it's about. They've never read a book about it. Because the whole idea of critical race theory was really, it is a legal term. And that was an idea that was introduced in law school for how new attorneys can start looking at what has happened in the past that can affect somebody in the present to do, and how it affects, the law and all of that stuff. So that's what this conversation was about. It was a very wide viewed conversation, and it seems like it's a conversation we will continue to have. So that's the action we took this month.
Thank you so much, Nisli. Any questions and comments?
Oh, I just thought it was a really great beginning of it. And I now have the link easily. I'm going to watch some of it.
Yeah, please feel free to watch it. I was trying to figure out how I can actually even edit it and upload it. So I would have to edit it somehow and upload it. So I'll take any help with editing.
And let's all share our actions in our No Labels, No Walls Facebook group and on Instagram and any social media. And if we need help, please ask, and let's support each other. Thank you, Nisli, so much. And I think we will come to this theme later in our meetings as well. Who would like to share an action?
Marcus, since we have 15 minutes, should we talk about a little bit about the festival and about? Oh.
Yes, that's a good idea, because there's so much action going on. But just briefly, I want to share what I've been doing.
Michael?
recently, if that's okay, Leila. Just a minute.
What time does this end?
In 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Emilio is also joining us. So I've been working with a team from Finland and from Bangladesh, and it's called Giriful project. And Giriful means precious and unique in the Rangamati area of Bangladesh, which is a rural part of Bangladesh. And our project is about learning together. Where we are working with families that include children with autism spectrum, and both here in Finland and in Bangladesh. And we are using Instagram as our platform, collecting videos and photos that tell about our normal life. Recently, there's been a lot of pictures about parties and great events, but less about normal life and sort of ordinary life, day-to-day life. And we are having an exhibition, a digital exhibition coming the 3rd of December. And this project continues all autumn, so you can feel free to join the campaign and share your videos and pictures using hashtag Giriful Project or Giriful International on Instagram. So it would be lovely to have all of you in our exhibition on the 3rd of December, which is the World Disability Day. So this is the action I've been doing recently, and I will post on our Facebook group some news about it as well. Thank you. And Michael, would you like to introduce the hot topic?
Yeah. So what me and Marcus were talking about is, get everybody to see what they're all up to in their communities, and then just thinking about what our next festival is going to look like. Because of the last 3 years, it's kind of been everybody doing their own events. What we're hoping to see is what kind of themes and also what kind of joint actions that we can take together. And also, where does No Labels, No Walls fit in? Because it's an art and culture group, art and culture has a very, a lot of great things that they can bring that perhaps, other avenues of communicating can't. So what I was hoping is everybody can think about for the next 3-4 weeks what they would like to see at a festival called No Labels, No Walls. So for us, for Strindberg, again, what we've been talking about is, seeing what choice people want to make. So the getting to know you game, the invisible theater, the stuff like that, where it's interactive, people take action simultaneous with us, and we really get a sense of where people are at right now. So then, hopefully we can move with them for something else, some other actions in the future. But that's us. So what would you like to bring? And then, where does it all fit in together? So that's something in the next month. We're hoping people can bring an idea, because even if we have very little events, maybe we have 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever it is, if they're together created, it's going to be much more powerful than having 100 events that are, everybody doing stuff on their own. So that's the ask. The The next meetup's going to be 12/13. Does anybody have any questions about, quote unquote, the homework and welcome, Emilio, from Italia? Hello. Roma. So, hey, Emilio. But any questions about that? And obviously, it's going to be in person next year. So that's definitely going to happen. Yes, Layla.
I was so late joining. Are you doing it next Monday or are you not?
No, it's going to be, like I said, on 12/13, and I'll send you a link on your messenger.
Oh, okay.
13th, yes.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
That's okay. Any other questions from anybody? Emilio, Neasley, Alistar, Kevin, Pia, any questions?
Can you already leave an idea here?
Yeah.
I was just thinking that people could, there could be cubes with, with mindsets like I hate every whatever, or, all kinds of stereotypes and all kinds of things. And out of those cubes, they could be built a wall. And then during the whole festival, and then towards the end of the festival, the wall comes down.
Great idea.
With a big heart or something.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. So things like that, because here's the thing. What's nice about all of Pia's ideas, and if we can create ideas like that, is that it's not like with most festivals, once we do it, and then the next day things go on as normal. So what's nice about it is if we can get it where it's interactive, where it's questioning, where people are, taking action with us, then it's not like when it's done, it's over. It's more of like when it's done, it's like the whole idea was to actually learn. So it's like kind of like continues because we're going to continue to keep learning. And I think that's like, I think Neasley you brought into choices. Everyone keeps talking about choices. And if we can delve into that, it could be kind of exciting because, I don't know the answers, what people really want. So anyway, so that's the idea. It's going to take though, we got to do it together. So, Kevin, if you can come up with some ideas for musical intervention. What? Oh, and Emilio, I know you're late, but do you want to say anything before we go?
Okay, I want to introduce Giulia.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, she can speak more and better for me. I speak in Italian and she speaks in English. Okay.
No problem.
Beh, allora, ok, come ho scritto, siamo molto felici di essere qui oggi.
We are very happy, as I wrote, to be here today with you again.
E stiamo ascoltando tematiche che sono molto interessanti e che ci appartengono.
We are hearing about very interesting topics which we want to share with you also.
Dovrei raccontare un po' di cose di quelle che sono accadute in Italia in relazione al Covid.
There are a couple of things I will have to talk to you about the situation here with COVID in Italy.
Ma penso che tutti quanti hanno vissuto situazioni molto simili alle nostre.
Yeah, but I think that you all lived in a similar situation as ours here.
Quindi non perderò troppo tempo o parole in questo, tipo di racconto.
Yeah, so I will not waste too many words or time talking about this now.
No, sicuramente abbiamo lavorato per la nostra sopravvivenza.
Yeah, we work trying and continuing struggling to go on.
E con teatri chiusi, con lockdown, eccetera. E la situazione principale che io vorrei porre è il riprendere a lavorare insieme.
theaters were of course closed here, everything was closed, and the main thing is I want to start now working again together.
Insieme significa per esempio noi e gli spettatori, noi o le persone che frequentano i nostri laboratori.
Together, I mean us and the public, us and the people who join in our work and the theater.
E in questo lavoro insieme, che è già uno step che in Italia dobbiamo riuscire a superare e riappropriarci.
And working together is a thing we have to start doing again in Italy after all that happened.
Porre delle tematiche che più attraggono la nostra attenzione.
And we have to talk and also propose topics which are more interesting, of course, for us.
Finisco dicendo che a settembre abbiamo presentato un nuovo progetto per la regione Lazio, la regione vicino Roma.
Yeah, I want to just say in conclusion that in September we had a new project in collaboration with the region around Rome, which is Lazio.
Un progetto che ha come punto principale la libertà.
And the main topic is liberty and freedom.
Partendo dal personaggio di Ariel della Tempesta di Shakespeare.
Yes, starting from the main character of Ariel from Shakespeare. That's it.
Thank you so much, Emilio, and thank you for translating. Thank you so much. Yeah, so, you know, that's the thing, like, you know, how can we come together from all over the world and create something that, you know, challenges and also, you know, has a kind of a greater awareness and change with people. Because what's interesting about No Labels is that we're kind of all in the same boat, no matter where we're at. I mean, obviously it's different, you know, different circumstances, you know, different problems, but the human problems are sort of rooted at the same thing because we're all dealing with human beings. So it's a kind of a unique opportunity if we do a festival to kind of find out what we have in common and where we're at and how can we move forward together. So on December 13th, if everybody can come up with at least one idea, if you went to a No Labels, No Walls festival, what would you want to see? And then we can start creating that together, and then we can do it. I think it'd be kind of fun. So, festival. So the festival, we're gonna think about locations. It might be in multiple locations. It might be at one location. It's gonna be always also virtual, so people who can't travel can attend and participate. But we're definitely gonna have it local and virtual because we need local. It's like without that, there's no action. What? Oh, and I guess that's pretty much it. Thank you so much. We'll see everybody on the 13th. Thank you all.
Send me the link.
What?
You send me the link sometimes. What you just
absolutely.
Said.
Yep, we're gonna send it. And Marcus, anything you want to add at the end?
In private messenger.
I will.
Okay.
Thank you everybody for attending No Labels, No Walls Action Monday, celebrating your action. I know that there's more action happening, so please keep posting on No Labels, No Walls Facebook group and on any social media that you're using so we can join the action. And remember to send an email to info@nolabelsnowalls.net to receive our emails for upcoming events. And let's join again on Monday, the 13th of December, same time, same place, all over the world. And have a great week, everybody, and let's meet soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.